And a new proposal could mean the release of some hostages in exchange for Palestinian prisoners. It comes as the U.S. and Egypt, as well as a dozen other countries, are calling for Hamas to release hostages and to avert an IDF invasion into Rafah. NewsNation's Robert Sherman live for us in Tel Aviv tonight with the latest on any potential deal and what we can expect in the coming days. Robert.
Well, Natasha, tonight the ball is without question in Hamas's court as their leadership is reviewing the latest proposal that has been put on the table. But the stakes are high as Israel is saying that this is effectively the last chance that they are offering in order to get some kind of a deal across the finish line. And as such, you've seen mediators putting the effective full court press on in order to try and get this done. President Biden having a conversation Prime Minister Netanyahu a short while ago, as Secretary of State Antony Blinken is slated to head to the Middle East, where he'll meet with leadership in Saudi Arabia, Israel, and Jordan. One of the papers here in Israel, speaking with a top Qatari official who amped up the pressure, saying, quote, every time we get close to a deal, there's sabotage from both sides. Qatar calling on more commitment from both Israel and Hamas to get this across the finish line. The pressure is also coming from inside Gaza, as Hamas released propaganda video of two hostages, Omri Miran and Keith Siegel, an American-Israeli. To be clear, we don't know what went on behind the scenes to make the video, but in it, the two emotionally addressed the camera, saying that they at times feel abandoned and hold on to hope that a deal will come soon so that they can see their families again, but feel there is procrastination. So in terms of the dynamics that are on the ground here, Natasha, one thing I can tell you is that as you see these demonstrations taking place, everyone in Israel wants to see the hostages come home. The people at these demonstrations largely believe the Israeli government should make any deal that they can get, no matter what they have to give up, in order to get the hostages home. But there are some here who are very concerned about the national security situation, don't want to give up too many Palestinian prisoners, don't want to give Hamas the opportunity to effectively govern on the other side of this war and still pose a threat to Israel. Those are the debates that are taking place on the ground here as we come into the 11th hour once again. Natasha.
You know, Robert, we've seen this before where a deal seems like it's coming together and it falls apart at last minute. What happens if Israel and Hamas just cannot get there in time? They can't get to an agreement.
Well, Israel's foreign minister making it clear that the only thing that would delay or possibly halt an operation in Rafah would be a hostage deal. So the counter to that is if a deal doesn't come together, the Israelis have made clear it doesn't matter what their allies say. It doesn't matter what pressure is out there. They're going into Rafah. And this video that you're watching right here, this is the IDF leadership in the Southern Command. They came out today and said that they've approved their plans in order to continue the war and what that would look like in Rafah. So they're effectively saying they're ready to go. That's the added pressure that is being put into all of this. Of course, you've heard a lot of people issuing concerns about the humanitarian situation in Rafah with over 1 million people sheltering there. That's been the big concern the U.S. has had, and how do you get all of those people out? But the message from Israel is clear, is that they feel as though as long as Hamas is in charge in Gaza, there is a significant national security risk here in Israel, which is why they feel like they have to proceed forward.
Okay.
Natasha.
Robert Sherman live for us in Tel Aviv with that update. We appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.